exciting to be here. I am Dr. Sandeep. I am the Chief Executive Officer of SGS Group's Higher Education Wing. Glad to see you all here and talking very excitedly without listening to me. Excellent. That's a mark of mind over matter. Thank you for the organizers for giving me 1 hour for the opening speech. I'm joking. Absolutely. And I hope after my short speech you want me to speak for an hour. That would be mind over matter. In my house also my mother says that I speak too much, and I told her there's mind over matter. That's a speech I have to give. So she says that use that when you go to buy groceries for our house. Be passionate, be focused. But really, DPS has been historic. DPS has really broken past grounds by organizing the TEDx event for a second time. And all kudos to the students. I really applaud their one-minded focus in ensuring that this event is organized so successfully. Last year, or rather, the last TEDx event the theme was against the odds. And I was here to speak then also. There was one small example that I took in the last time. I'll repeat parts of that example in some time because it actually applies here too. Against the odds was all about coming up against your challenges in your life. And it was a resounding success. We had a plethora of speakers from the UN heads to various entrepreneurs. And this time too, mind over matter has a very related concept which is extremely relevant to all of you students out there. Your life, personal, career, entrepreneurial, whatever you do, these 3 words, mind over matter, they're very simple, right? We've read them so many times, so many movies we see all through, and so many YouTube videos. So we all know what is mind over matter, right? It's so simple. It's about passion. It's about having persistence. But if it were so easy, then all of us would be successful. But that's not true. That is really not true. It takes some kind of people to actually put that passion into action. And in this opening speech, where I have to compel you to understand what is mind over matter, I take 3 words, which you have to remember. 2 of them I just said. The key word, of course, is passion. If you want to define mind over matter, that can be done by passion. It's a very commonly, loosely used word, but also effectively used word. Those of you who have time should go to YouTube and watch Steve Jobs' address to students at an Ivy League school, and you will know what passion is. But more importantly, what is passion? What are the 2 pillars that passion goes with? Number 1 is persistence. And the second, I see you, right? Number 1 is persistence. And the second one is perception. When you want to be passionate about something, don't just be blindly passionate. What is blind passion? Jump off the cliff and say that I believe I can fly, and just jump on it. That's stupidity. But passion requires pragmatism, yes. More importantly, perception. Perception of what is real, what is unreal. What can you achieve with your competence, with your interests, with your family background? You can achieve something, go beyond it. That is passion. But how do you understand perception? How does perception have a role to play in passion? And the thing is that humans have a very incredible skill to perceive the same facts in different ways. And that changes their orientation of how passionate they are. For example, out here I would like to show you an example. Let's do a quick survey on this to prove to you how perception works. Can I have the slide, please? Can we switch off these slides? This is a photograph that broke the net. Now, there are 2 colors you can see One is golden and white, or blue and gray, right? Blue and black, blue and black. So golden and white or blue and black. So how many of you see golden and white? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. And how many of you can see the other color, gray and black? Blue and black. Blue and black. So you can understand, I can see golden and white, right? And there are people out here who see golden and white. Can you raise? Excellent. So you see that there are people who see golden and white, and there's people who see some other color at the same time. It's the same cloth material. And the actual cloth material has golden and white. And the majority audience out here will see some other color. Perception. The issue is not whether you are right or I'm right, or you are wrong or I'm wrong. The issue is acceptance of the fact that you can perceive things differently than the other person who's also sane, who's also intelligent. And when you are passionate about something, you cannot work alone. You have to work in teams. I work in teams. You work in groups. The TEDx event was organized in groups. But these groups are made up of people with different perceptions. And the concept of mind over matter is not just your mind over matter, but as a leader, you have to understand or master the skill of changing mind over matter of the audience, of the people you work with, of the teams you work with. So in this opening speech, please understand, this TEDx event is not about you, about what improvements you can make, what advancements you can make. It's about how you can influence the community's mind over matter. That is important. That you go beyond your own silo and start contributing to others. And that's a true leader who can drive a team with the mind over matter. If I can drive you and convince you that you have to look at mind over matter as a group, then I have been successful. Now, beyond perception, I would say that the biggest example of mind over matter is a person whose name you would know, but perhaps not his background, General S. Patton, George S. Patton. General Patton is considered, now he's no more, but is considered the greatest commander of, defense forces ever. Why? He was the commander of the 7th US Defense Forces, and he was a single reason. He was the first army to attack Sicily in the Second World War, when no country could think that they could defeat Germany or they could defeat Italy. He was the one who started this whole drive that we can defeat them together. He developed the whole battle plan for attacking Germany, Italy, reached there and drove deep into Nazi Germany to win the Second World War, of course, along with the help of Russians. But he was the one who commanded all the country's forces, all the national forces, to defeat one of the biggest armies in the world. And General Patton was the one who made the concept of mind over matter famous, absolutely famous. And his words were, as a leader, you have to choose your brain over your body. I repeat this. As students, you will be future leaders. And as future leaders, you have to choose your brain over your body. And why? Because every morning will be too tiring. Every afternoon will be, oh, I'm too sleepy. Every evening will be, oh, I gotta go out with friends. And that is where you have to choose the right over the not so right. If you have an objective, if you have to achieve something really incredible, not just for you, but for the team, for the group that you lead, then you have to choose your brain over your body. Your brain, if it is positive, if it is energetic, will ensure your body is never tired, that the day is never too long, that the time is always less because you are doing so many things every day. And that is what General Patton was so famous about. Choosing your brain over your body. Remember that in life you will face many challenges. Remember that these challenges will make you feel that you have lost. But one line of General Patton that I will leave you with, he said that the concept of mind over matter is proven where the leader is able to convince, when a leader, he's a commander, when a leader is able to convince his fighters that a lost battle is actually won. And that is the greatest gift of General Patton. He convinced his whole army, which was losing in Sicily, that they were actually winning. And the motivation that came from that is, till date, we know, is the one single contribution that drove that almost demotivated army to fight again and win the Sicilian War and then dive again deep into Germany. And that's the reason Patton is considered one of the most brilliant commanders of that Second World War and till date. So remember, passion comes with persistence, but passion also comes with perception. Understand reality, what you can achieve with your skills, how much you have to do to achieve a greater objective, and most importantly, remember, this concept of mind over matter is not just about you. It is about how much you can contribute to the community, how much you can contribute to your team, how much you can lead the team, and if you're part of a team, how much you can make sure the team also believes in this concept that you have to prove that your mind can gain power over your matter, that is your brain over your body. With these words, I close my opening speech with the hope that you will believe that this TEDx conference will lead you to achieve greater heights and learn greater lessons for your life, and not just for your life, for your contributions to the society. Thank you all. Pleasure to be here.